YouTube, where we ask you to send in your comments and join us by Zoom. Those of you brave enough to put your face up there and share your contributions, you will be doing that amidst the entire breakfast team. In the meantime, let me just put that link for Zoom on the chat, so you all can go ahead.
Pop a picture behind him, yes? You can't fix the mic, but you pop a picture behind him.
I actually experimented just now, and I realized I could put a background.
And so you did.
Experiment on the audio, no?
No, I, people are telling me they're hearing me fine. People who are listening to the show.
You better know.
Are telling me they're hearing me fine. So, I'm fussy.
I mean, afraid to put up a picture yourself behind yourself. You have to be a the front level of narcissist.
Well, that's the only picture I have to go. The pictures I have on my phone, I can't put everything up there. So I put that.
You can take a picture of the grass and put it up, but you put up a picture of yourself behind yourself.
Yeah, this is me making my speech when I was appointed.
We don't care.
But people care.
Who cares?
Some
Who?
people care.
Who cares? Who? Tell me. Who?
I like the way it looks though. I can try other pictures.
You have a result of the poll?
Yes, I do. We didn't have much time, and of course, I think a lot of people will lean into what's the question about the color of the water coming out of the Paul pipe. But we asked just on her pension and her gratuity that she's entitled to.
Just add two. Wait. Add 2 no's to it. Christuson and Miss Ingrid.
2 no's. All right. So that's 8 no's. 8 people said no, she doesn't deserve it, and 4 said yes. Right?
He spent 45 days in office, crashed the economy, and going and get rewarded for it. But she's constitutionally do it, so they didn't say a prime minister who lasts 100 days. They didn't say a prime minister.
I don't think the people of Britain ever thought that she would have crashed out after 45 days. Well, I don't think anybody expected that. I doubt very much.
The fact that she fired that last chance of the exchequer and thought I would fix it told me a lot about her.
Mm-hmm. Well, she probably...
When she should have owned it, because she fired him as if it was his fault.
Yeah.
When it was her policies.
Yeah.
As leader of the country. So you can't distance yourself from the decision that he would have espoused as chancellor, because he was espousing the policies of your cabinet.
Of you, yes.
And you fire him and think he'll get away? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. Really?
But maybe your conscience got the better of her eventually.
No. Her reign was untenable. No conscience ain't get the better of her. You see, there's one that walker. And until you sit down and they don't know
what it entails. Yeah.
It's only for the pension.
We have some right here who want to work and don't know what it entails.
True.
Yeah.
Have you seen that huge picture? Like, I don't know if you come into St. James regular, but if you're coming out of Woodbrook, Ruben would know where it is. If you're coming out of Woodbrook and you're coming up, what would be the street from Arapita up to Fatima there? That would be what? Ruben.
That's Mokrap Road.
Right. So Mokrap Road is running parallel. But what's the street you're coming up?
Roberts. That'd be Robert Street.
No. The one you're coming from north-south. Yeah, the one you're coming from south to north.
Has a funny French name.
Is that Hamilton? Hold on. What the hell it is? Anyway, the street name not coming to me. When you leave Arapita Avenue and you exit the avenue to come up to Mokrap Road, to approach Fatima there's a huge picture of Philip. Is that where it is? No, that's not where it is. Oh, I'm wrong. That's not where it is. But somewhere when you coming up, I think is when you coming up wrong Victoria Square now, right? And you facing that road to enter Arapita Avenue now. So that would be not Stone Street. That would not be Stone Street.
The Square West. Oh God, move on now.
Right. No, it's not Bell Smythe. Thanks, Jason. The street I'm looking for is that one coming up by Victoria Square.
Victoria.
There's a huge picture of Philip will fix it. Philip Alexander. He's a brave man, you know. He's a brave man entering politics. I tell you that. What could Philip Alexander fix?
Victorious.
The minute you oppose Philip Alexander, anywhere you see his attitude. He reminds me of a couple other people. You understand? You can't tell them nothing. They start they sometimes racist responses. You know, it's just leave people alone now. And let them that will keep warning people, you know, fix all yourself, you know.
Guys, we have a call. Trini in Boston says, "Great morning, guys. Enjoy your long weekend." Hi, Steve. We have a call. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ruben,
Hi.
Paul and Wendell and Richard. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, I thought it would have been like open forum, so I was going to talk about the PNM, but glad you all brought it up anyway. I was listening to Richard.
It is open forum. You can talk about anything.
I was listening to Richard yesterday afternoon, Richard Norrie, and Michaela Pandey. And you know, I am not no PNM person. I'm not. I follow the politics, but I'm objective. I'm not in no party. I do sometimes doing vote. And I was listening to Richard, and I was so kind of, not that I want him, just because he's a PNM, he's supposed to say, oh, do everything what the PNM said. But certain things he was saying as a person who in the PNM long time and as a counselor, I think he was a counselor at one time, right?
Yes, he was.
He was saying, like, you know, he doesn't trust the process of this coming, your internal elections there. And you know, the part I just say, well, I was living in the next country, like USA, under Donald Trump. He said that if Dr. Rowley is to win, he would not call him his leader because his winning or his political leadership will not be legitimate. Or because the 3 days of the voting thing that is taking place or whatever all they have there, he find it is something wrong then. Like it reeks of corruption to me because he talk about where the ballot leaks here, where who could change how much, and the box will have this amount, and next thing Dr. Rowley went by a landslide, and Current Sheriff, because of course he's a Current Sheriff fan, and I heard him tell us, encourage her to go on to go up as did. I heard him on listen to programs sometimes. And as a person who in politics for so long and a part of everything as an election, in elections, how could he just say that all of a sudden? How come that come up just so Dr. Rowley will cheat because they will put extra ballots and Karen Sheriff will lose, of course. He's saying that, you know, he doesn't know they lose. But it's because of the process that she will lose. And I say, well, this is Richard Norrie, who to me used to be a song mine. This is what I think something wrong with his mind now. I am not supporting PNM or no party, but listening to him yesterday, I think the cases are happening. Though every week we have some kind of discussion on mental illness and all that. I think Richard just to check himself because there's no way. If I had to vote as a person and I make up my mind to vote, I know who I'm going to vote for. But don't come and bring no excuse for Karen Sheriff going to lose. She used to be my MP when she was in PNM under Patrick Manning, and I am to tell you, for me, she was a good MP. Because I could have approached her for many things that I got done in my area. I approached her and things were done. So it's not that I'm against her or anything, but I don't know where she could come from now and do all these other things and then want to be the leader of the party. And Richard Norrie, something wrong with your brain because I thought he was strong mind. So that's what I wanted to say.
Caller, if you follow, there's another guy on Facebook, social media. They call him, Ansem LeBon is his name, but they call him Wall Street. I don't know what, some people just go over the edge for this when they dislike someone. And
Yes.
I don't know, I can't, if I fall out with Dr. Rowley or if I fall out with the PNM, trust me, I will have nothing to say.
Yes.
I'm not stressing that to banker, I'm not carrying that to banker for people to think. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
But Wendell, you anything along as help. Do you think PNM is like how the UNC? Look at how much bad things Brass and Brass said the UNC, how their process is, how bad it is. It was, widespread. It was public knowledge. I have never heard it in any PNM election. I personally, I follow this, and I don't vote for no party, but I follow it, right? So for Richard Norris to say that part that he will not be, for him, a legitimate leader. So when, just like Donald Trump, they stole the election. They might have a banner just now. It was
Richard Norris has been in the PNM forever and has not left the PNM. He is still a PNM. It may not be he's an angry PNM, but he should be able to say it is election coming up. People say everything.
Yeah, but you see, people don't like Dr. Rowley.
Yeah, he doesn't mix words with that. He's not supportive of the leadership.
Many people don't like Dr. Rowley, but they're making up stupid excuses for losing already. Because Karen Teixeira has to get about 10,000 votes to beat Dr. Rowley, and I don't know if she could get 100. Because I don't see her beat there anywhere.
All right.
And final thing is, Ken Butcher, when I saw him on TV yesterday, I tell myself, I'm not an old person, but I followed the thing from young. I say, but I know Ken Butcher in NRR under Mr. Robinson. I say, you know what he's PNM? And I try to read back. I ain't seen nothing. And he went so far to say, Ferdy Ferreira saying that there's a disenchantment in the PNM. So he followed the PNM real good. And he want to be the leader, or he want to be the chairman. That would happen, and I'm not supporting nobody, but that's not going to happen.
All right.
So have a good day, and Paul, good morning, Dr. Paul. Bye.
Okay.
Good morning.
All
right, folks, let's see. You can send us a message on our message board via the website or the app. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch us now. We can actually send messages there. I have already posted the link for Zoom if you want to join. Our numbers are 222-8255, 612-8255. North America and Canada can call us at 866-525-1099. And Ray says, good morning, Sweet TNT and Power Breakfast team. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
Now, me ain't getting the PNM business here, but I have literally observed about 3 or 4 PNM internal elections, and I have never heard any contention about the process.
No.
If I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. So to be bringing up issues about the process and the legitimacy of the exercise now, months before, to me is quite curious.
Yeah, it's just people, I don't know, but you see this thing called Tabanka, and Tabanka is broad, because there are Tabankas. You get a banker from a lot of things, you know what I mean? And you see that political tabanka that some people have for Dr. Rowley and for the PNM, it's not healthy. I've told Mrs. Teixeira that every time she speaks is about Dr. Rowley this and Dr. Rowley that. That can't be healthy. And if Richard Norris doing that, I don't get a chance really to listen to him, but that's unhealthy. Just leave it. You have an angst with somebody. I mean, well, maybe some people just have to let it out. Yes, maybe that. But carrying on that way, I don't know how productive that will be. But all the best to you. I have always been a PNM. Everybody know I just have problems with the PNM. I just say it like it is here. But you will never get me disrespecting, insulting, berating. You will never get me doing that ever on public radio. Never.
And that's an internal thing. I mean, it's one thing for PNM members to have issues with the party, and they may have more of a right to complain. The challenge is when people from outside, who are not members of the PNM, start to attack the leadership and the internal governance of the party itself.
Well, they're not outside. They're not from outside. I have no issue with people challenging it, but what is the basis of your challenge for it?
Yeah.
Well,
if there's something you can point to in the past that has happened that doesn't seem to have been rectified, it's one thing, but just to say something months and ahead, and then people could correct me if I'm wrong. I am not a PNM. I am not a UNC. I have not been internal to the election, so I don't know what their mechanisms are. But from somebody outside the news listening and observing and covering, I have never heard of a legitimacy issue with the internal elections. If there has been one and I haven't, somebody could correct me, but I haven't.
No.
That should, I think PNM structure is noted for being rigid and
Yeah, and if there had been, why is only now it coming up because somebody is running?
Yeah.
And those are the questions people want to ask. Is it that you are projecting a loss and looking for an excuse in advance?
Well, clearly you are.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of information that can legitimize their cause of concern.
He's speculating.
I can't be bothered.
That's what they are speculating what could happen.
I'm not going to waste time discussing Mrs. Cishera and Richard Norrie and the ANCs or for whatever it is, or even Ken Butcher, who to me, what are you doing in a PNM election? But this democracy prevails, and
why not? He going up on somebody ballot. Why not?
Well, all right, and that's what I'm saying. It's a good thing, and that is why people admire.
And quite frankly, you're saying Ken Butcher was a part of the NAR, and so he ain't known PNM. Gypsy was part of the UNC.
Yes, correct. And
so what is the difference?
And I had an issue with that too, but at the end,
but he was chosen by the leadership of the party to run for a seat and lost.
Right. So
people being part of other party doesn't make them ineligible to be a part of the PNM.
Right. And I never said they are ineligible. I never said that. Because as a matter of fact, at the end of the day, anybody who comes to represent the People's National Movement, they're going to get my support. Whether I like them, whether I agree with their choice, their selection, I am going to support them. As long as I remain a member of the PNM, I am going to support that person. So even though
we have a lot of calls, we have a lot of calls, and we have a few messages. No, most of it is just Miss Ingrid from Tucson is saying that she's missing seeing Paul. I'm paraphrasing there. Let's go to the lines. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hey, morning. For Richard Wendell.
Mr. Patrick, you had us worried.
Talking there. I had a call my name this morning. I said, from South Corner. But I called it from South Atrocity. This lady who gets sworn in and resign. That's what we call a white collar crime, you know?
How you reach there?
But the lady never said that to him.
Mr. Patrick, how is that a white collar crime?
But I some conspiracy thing.
How is that a white collar crime? Tell me.
You just went in government. You do your thing, you maneuver this one, you twist this one, you throw this one and throw that one. And when you realize the fire get hot, you come and go, you resign because you know it was so hard. You know she know it was so tough, so she resigned. And you go and get a pension?
But how is that a white collar crime? How did she break the law? Tell me.
All right. Well, they need to review that law.
How that is your business?
They need to review that because
how that is your business? But they review they said once you are a prime minister legitimately elected, and you serve as a prime minister, and she served for 45 days, she's eligible for a pension of £115,000 a year.
Yeah.
But they need to review that.
Well,
why?
Let's say she died in office. Her next of kin would have been entitled to it anyway.
Yeah, they need to review that. You could remember when Patrick Manning called an election before 2 years?
Yes.
Right. These people, they receive any pension?
Who?
You mean the people, the parliamentarians who were elected them? No.
Yeah, right. You know why? Because they didn't settle those terms, so they wanted to kill Manning for that.
Because of how the law is written here.
That's our law.
So we need to revise them. I live in there. Why are you telling all you that white collar crime?
No, it's not.
I want to talk I want to talk about Tobago now. Kelvin Morris last night was reading out something where somebody gets a contract in 24 hours.
Yes,
What how long you stay before you get a contract? He said that's supposed to go in the Guinness Book of Record.
yeah.
Contract.
Yeah, I looked for it in today's papers, but I haven't seen it. But you're right. I heard that news yesterday that somebody who bid and 24 hours later they were awarded the contract to pay some loan and the contractor from Chaguanas to pay the other Tobago.
And Mr. Killer now. I'm watching some posts of Mr. Killer. You see, he went in England and they blocked him and they banned him and they this. But now we see nothing now. We voice them say, Killer come with nothing. And then, you know, assist him. They assist him with everything. So I want to hear Killer side of the story. You understand? And the Tobago Carnival. I ain't hearing nothing coming about. I ain't hearing nobody talking about Tobago Carnival. I ain't hearing nothing about Tobago Carnival and I want to ask a question. This lady, the Pantingo lady, she's from Tobago, right?
Yes, Mrs. Ramsey Moore, yes.
Right, but I ain't hearing talking nothing about Trinidad Pan going up to Tobago. For Panorama, if they having a Panorama.
But maybe they have Grenada Pan.
Paul.
Grenada Pan?
Maybe they have Grenada Pan. They have Trinidad Pan. Maybe they have Grenada Pan. But too much?
I heard nothing about Trinidad Pan going up there.
Don't mean they ain't going up because you ain't hear about it.
So how they...
You just ain't hear about it, that's all.
So how they advertising this carnival?
Mr. Patrick. We have
some calls to take. You just hit every topic for the rest of the week. Hello, good morning.
That was a data dump, Mr. Patrick. That was a data dump.
He just do his own show
Morning.
and ask his own questions.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah,
Yes,
good morning, gentlemen. Hi. Good Friday to all of you. Happy Friday to all of you, and hope you all have a nice long weekend. 3 days.
Yeah,
right?
food involved, yes.
Yeah, I know. You all need to help me with something here. I'm a bit of a devil's advocate. And I know you all know my voice already. Wendell, you had an alternate poll, which would have been why should Tobago have cast from Trinidad performing?
No, I didn't ask that. You said Trinidad Killer in particular making noise.
Huh?
I was specific. I was being specific to Trinidad Killer. Nobody here. Not cast from here.
Okay.
Trinidad Killer.
All right, fair enough. But I know I keep hearing objections to things that Tobago are doing to have their carnival. I find it unfortunate that so many people are objecting to different things they are doing for their carnival. The point is this: all carnivals bring money for economy. They do generate money for economy. Tobago is trying something where they could bring in some money for their economy. All right? If they want to bring a man from Timbuktu, that is their prerogative. That is one part of the story. All right? If they don't want nobody from Trinidad to perform, that is their prerogative. The point is, they have another part of the story. They have to pay the consequences for that. So I don't find people should be objecting to this great trade that brings somebody from South Africa, from Asia, from Timbuktu, or wherever. It's their prerogative. Whatever mistakes they make, they will pay the cake for it. That is my, it's an open forum, that's my view on this, and I find it very unfortunate. People calling all up here in America and saying, oh, they shouldn't have this, and they're doing this, and they should have this, and they should have that. It is Tobago's prerogative to do what they want to do. They have decided to take on a project and have a carnival. Whatever the consequences are, they'll have to deal with it. They can't come after and say, sorry, Trinidad, sorry, this. Guess what? Whatever they do, you live by it. And that's my take on it, gentlemen. And with respect to the data dumping of the Port of Spain Corporation, it was dumped to the dark web, but it was rejected. Okay, gentlemen? All right. You all have a nice day. That's just my take.
Thanks for calling. Next caller. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Morning.
Morning. No, I don't think the issue is really about Tobago, how they're managing their affairs for the carnival. But the question I have is pertains to the money that's allocated for the event, which is $17.5 million, and how much of that fund goes towards infrastructure. And that's speaking to the contracts awarded for the repaving of roads, etc. In light of what transpired or came to light yesterday in terms of the contract within 24 hours, because it appears to me that the substantial amount of that money goes towards certain contractors rather than the organizers or promoters of the event. And I see that in light of one of the mass bands within Tobago were complaining that they were getting scrums, right? And if it is that, according to the secretary, I believe it was yesterday, stated that money of certain portion of the money goes towards advertising for the Tobago event. I haven't seen, it's within a week's time, any advertisement of that event for Tobago, other than for Burna Boy, right? And not even that has been promoted because we just get he's coming down to Tobago. So there needs to be a little more transparency based on the fact that that was the mandate of that the PDP prior to coming into office, that they would do things differently. But there appears that they have started off on the wrong foot already. Now, it does not need much in terms of once our event for it to become successful, because the majority of Trinidadians, regardless if they have an event in Tobago, they will gravitate across there. So it will sell itself, right? So, but the problem is that in light of all these things that are coming about with these contracts and these bypassing the AME and the other regulatory bodies in order to get things done, the chief secretary needs to answer a lot of those questions. All right? Thank you.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
I'm in agreement that regardless, the events will be successful. No doubt people are flocking to Tobago, and the Tobagonians themselves, I imagine, will come out and support because people are in that mood. But what we have not been hearing is what is happening and when is this happening. They've not been very forthright with that kind of information. I don't know why. You know, it's like you come to Tobago, well, you know when you reach. You know, they're not information is lacking a bit. But I'm sure all events will be successful, and I wish them a very great carnival. Good weather, great carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, let's take the next call. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yep, good morning.
Wendell, West Indies home?
They're coming home.
No. I was reading some stuff from news source concerning this Nelson affair. Now, I noticed everybody looking to see if the AG did something wrong. I do have a problem with that. But you know, they're not looking at the documentary evidence that is being sent where all these transfers were made. You know, everybody ignoring that and they're just focusing on the AG. This man was banned from practicing in London. These two gentlemen here are still practicing as if nothing happened. The associates of Nelson in London also was debarred from practicing law. Why the same could not have applied in Trinidad? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Why? And I want to know what jurisdiction the law association has on. This has nothing to do with the law association. They can't pronounce a list one way. Also, as Tobagonians and thing, you know, Tobago lose out on an opportunity. If Sandals was there, Tobago would have made a killing where this carnival is concerned because the burn Sandals, the amount of people would have been in Tobago, and the flights that would have been going to Tobago would not have passed through, because Sandals following. I am positive they would have arranged direct flights to Tobago from wherever destination they're coming. And also, Tobagonians would have benefited in large scale, off industries, supplying foodstuffs and things to these hotel rooms, etc. And you see, when you have tunnel vision or you're being myopic, you would miss out on a lot of things. That's all I have to say for that. Time.
All right, caller.
All right, caller. Are you hearing me, Wendell?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. My laptop died a natural death because I didn't charge it.
So you're using your phone now?
And I'm using a desktop instead. Well, because of course I don't have my charger for my laptop with me, which is unusual. I usually do. So I think I have a kind of Paul Richards moment this morning.
Oh dear.
Let me get a call inside. Hello, good morning, caller.
Over the place.
Good morning. Tobago was studying the wetland when it comes to Sandal, but they're not studying the beach they interfere with now. Anyhow, I have one question. When tribe and they go over there to play mass in Tobago, will they be using the same old costume when they come back to Trinidad carnival?
So that statement is said with the authority of somebody who is retired and sit down in an armchair and
Who has the last 2 years costume in the cupboard still?
and critiques. And like that, she sit down and critique, and then roll on her, and then rock on her rocking chair. So after she make this statement,
I have a neighbor in Woodbrook with a notebook is whole day making notes of everything she want to crawl about and wait and as the radio station say call, that's it, Yeah, but list like Tina.
I'm saying a big good morning to Ingrid in Tucson. I think it's Tucson, yeah. Tucson, Arizona. Good morning. You see, I'm waving, Ingrid.
Right, she's singing, All right, let's go to the lines. This will be a long call.
And then what is that behind you? A cutout or is a picture?
It's a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello,
I
good.
think what's the background today?
Keep you have a call.
Yes.
Morning.
One of the callers have the same concern that I have. People have been implicated and there are no consequences. That's why, and I am asking why too, but me, the process was scuttled. They had a prima facie, meaning the thing looked good enough to go to trial, but there's no trial. Somehow the process got scuttled. And that's why whatever penalties they would have suffered have come into play, unless, of course, somebody could convince Vincent. Doesn't seem a very operative guy when it doesn't help us. Why would you cut a deal with him in the first place? So unless evidence that was presented but tested in court, you cannot be valid to the extent that somebody pays a penalty. They must have their day in court. Whatever evidence you was sufficient, charge them. That too has to be tested in court, and it is never going to be. So there will be no penalty. Ask yourself how and why the process was scuttled. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
But he disappointed you there, Ruben.
Yeah, but nice, because that means this caller could get in. Hello, good morning. Oh gosh, you see, didn't disappoint that caller. Caller, please call us back. It's 222-8255, 612-8255. Overseas 866-525-1099. Let me just say good morning to Anthony Tinto. Hi guys, I would like to send some love to the Trini Nature Boys. Of course, Ingrid in Tucson, Arizona is all over the message board. She's missing you guys. She's happy to see Richard. And Karen Sebran just said that he's always watching.
Hey, Karen, man. Karen.
Hey, Karen, how are you, Karen?
He said that a while ago. I didn't read it. So a good while ago he said that.
He's a big shot in Tech. He never have Tech problems. Call Karen.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes?
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call. Gentlemen, I just want to highlight quickly something concerning the OJT now. I got permission from my daughter to speak about it because she is part of the program. Last year, it has been over a year now. She got drafted into the program and she was chosen to be the personal assistant to the mayor of Arima. She lasted about 2 weeks, 2 horrendous weeks of stress. That she eventually, her hair started to fall out because of the constant, what should I say, emotional trashing, where she was questioned about her qualifications. Now, this is a graduate from UE. She has, she graduated from the Faculty of Humanities and Education, and she was just constantly subjected to a barrage of emotional abuse. That after being there for 2 weeks, my child tried to kill herself. She had a mental break. Now, all of this came apart because, you know, her grandma was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. She's still grieving the loss of her sister, and this was just an additional burden that broke
Of course, if I may ask.
We have not gotten any recourse from OJT in terms of placing her. They are aware of what has transpired, and they said that they will put her someplace else, which has not happened. All right?
Tell me something, Caller. Caller, in terms of you said that she was constantly harassed about her qualifications, etc. Who was doing the harassing? Was it the Arima Borough Corporation was harassing her?
Well, that is the mayor himself. Now, the thing is, the OJT program is supposed to be a mentorship program. You're not supposed to take someone who has limited work experience and just dump them into a situation like that. She had no guidance as to what was expected of her, what she was supposed to be doing, nothing. And he just abused this child, my child, constantly.
This is unusual in the sense of why I'm saying it's unusual. I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm just saying that when OJTs come to an institution, you really don't query or question what their qualifications are at that point. You know it's a mentorship program, and you know that you're coaxing them into the world of work by giving certain assignments and etc. And if they don't do the assignment properly, you give constructive criticism and say this is how you do it. Exactly, you nurture. That's what the program is supposed to be. So there would be no room really for querying anybody's qualification, because once you've come through the program, you come through the program.
Yep, and competencies and all of that. And it's precisely, and she was just dumped there. She had no guidance from anybody. Now, this is something, I made mention of it on their first Facebook page, and I got a lot of messages from other people in different programs who were fired without even having any investigation done. Who
fired by whom?
From OJT. If now, how it works, Wendell, if you have a supervisor, and if you don't liaise any problems that you're having in the program with any of your employers, let's say if your employer comes to complain first on you, they will take the employer side. In talking to these people. And I mean, this program needs to be revamped. You have young ladies who are put in positions where they are sexually abused. I mean, I have gotten so many messages and calls from young people concerning this program. I see now that they have this a psychologist on staff, which is good. Might be a little too late. You know, my daughter is now seeing a psychologist. She said because she said, Mom, it just was too much. Imagine her hair falling out. This is a young lady.
But Mom, if I could just interject, how is your daughter now?
But she's receiving counseling right now.
But you also said that your daughter had been going through a lot before she entered the program. I'm not saying the program didn't probably.
No, but
based on what you said, add to it. You in your own words, you said she lost her grandmother and somebody else.
No. She didn't lose her grandma. Her grandma was diagnosed with around the same time this
Stage
happened.
4 cancer. So she was going through a lot anyway.
Yeah. So this just dumped because she was so looking forward to having a job, because what she had before was just like little 2 months, 1 month contract, and somebody told her, well, your resume is very green. So this was exactly the kind of experience she would have needed after looking for a job for over 2 years. And then you got a job and said, yes, you're going to make it. Now she's coming from quite central to go Arima to work, and she was never late. Never late. She had nobody to go to talk. She let her handlers know in OJT what was going on. And nobody, a year has gone, has contacted this girl. They say, well, okay, how are you doing now? We're going to place you here, we're going to place you here. She's still looking for jobs, but like I said, her resume is still green because of a lack of work experience. But she has a lot of other accolades behind her. Recently she was invited to the embassy to do something for the Japanese ambassador there. But she's not idle. She loves to work. She gives it 110%.
Well, there would have had to be a reason why she was placed in a high stress environment like a mayor's office. So I'm assuming it was because of her.
Now, this is, as far as I hear, this is an attitude towards everybody in the office. Very combative, right? And as a young person, you should be happy to mentor this person and assist them along their life journey. You don't take somebody, especially a young lady, and belittle them at every little thing, ignore them at times,
Forget everybody. Ma'am, I don't want you to malign the character of the man on the show by saying these things, because we have no evidence that is what happened because of what you've been saying about your daughter in terms of her stress level and so on. I'm just saying that it's unfortunate. But hopefully she will get the help that she needs, and this situation.
Persons listen to this program is asking that you look at revamping this program. It needs a lot needs to be done in terms of helping young people. Like I said, she's not the only person that has been going through trauma on their work side with or without additional stresses from the outside. My daughter was whole when she went into that program. She had I just added this is just the final straw for her. And I'm just asking that whomever is involved in the duty that take a hard look at this. It needs to be revamped.
All right.
Do have to close off. We have news coming up now. We're finished. We've
following me, gentlemen. Have a blessed day. Love you.
okay. Right.
No problem.
Okay, bye.
No problem.